take it into account.
Okay.
Krishna. Все, продолжаем Мадхурила, пожалуйста.
Yes? I'm not hearing anything.
Oh, really? Maharaj, do you hear now?
I hear you. I don't hear anybody else.
Мадхурила, что-то скажите, я сейчас тут технически попробую. Maharaj, do you hear Madhurila?
No?
Do you? Oh, really? Why? One moment. What should I do? Шнанда Сева Прабhu, можете подсказать? Может, что-то я не сделал? Почему у нас так?
Вы переводите тогда вопросы на английский, чтобы время не терять.
Я слышу. So, Maharaj, you can hear only myself, right?
I heard her just now. I could hear her talking.
Oh.
Mathura Lila?
Мадхурила, вот я, похоже, понял, в чем дело. Давайте мы сейчас проверим.
Yeah, now I hear you. Yeah. Okay.
Maharaj, do you hear right, Mataji Madhurila?
No, not now. I did hear. I don't hear her now.
Ладно, давайте, да. Значит, вопрос был про умонастроение. В каком умонастроении следует выходить на марафон? Which mood should cultivate devotee in order to participate in Srila Prabhupada's marathon, especially if it's his or her first experience, Maharaj?
The first part of the question, which mode?
What is the proper mood for participating in Srila Prabhupada marathon?
Okay, all right. So the proper mood is that we want to give the seed of devotion to people. We want to awaken people a little bit, to give them a good impression, a favorable impression of Krishna consciousness.
Okay, thank you.
So, meeting the public is a very important part of Krishna consciousness. It's propaganda work. We want to create a nice relationship with the public. We want to give them a good impression about Krishna consciousness and about devotees.
Thank you, Maharaj. We have next question. Так, получается, я, да? Давайте. Hare Krishna, dear Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. It's Vrajrani Devidasi. Thank you, Lord, for your explanation of what does it mean, the mood of the Gopīs. You said that it's
Your voice is breaking. I'm not hearing. Voice is breaking.
Вот, у меня связь прыгнула преданная. Вот сейчас только сейчас могу слышать.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Ага. Ваше Враджарани, я только успел услышать, что настроение гопи проявляется в поступках бхакти. Сколько на нас могут влиять наши беседы о гопи, обсуждения и Кришны и гопи Вриндавана? Просто сейчас не знаю. Почему я вижу? Как мне сделать, расширить? Сейчас прямо. Вот. Я не могу зайти в... Где? Вот это? Кришна, куда он пропал? Что-то пробую, видите? Нет? Да, делался чат. Все. Вот это. Эти роллс, но это вот она и есть. Вот это Zoom. Вот тут где-то, да, чат. More. Чат. Все, я наладил. Спасибо, сейчас я беру, прошу прощения, нестандартная ситуация с чатом. So, Maharaj, second part of the question. Насколько на нас могут влиять беседы о гопи и обсуждение игр Кришны и гопи во Вриндаване? Что значит влиять? Как это влияет? She is asking what impact it will may cause on us when we will be listening or will be discussing pastimes of Krishna and Gopis in Vrindavana. For example, Srila Prabhupada, he disagreed this principle, and in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he writes that only Ramananda Rai has ability to do that, but we don't have any more Ramananda Rai with us. But we see that devotees, they like very much to discuss about Krishna and Gopis pastimes. So could you explain, please?
Well, particular pastimes of the Gopis, like, for example, Rasa Lila, that's for the liberated souls. But still, we should hear about Lord Krishna's dealings with the devotees of Vrindavan. Prabhupada did write the Kṛṣṇa book, And very early on in our Krishna Conscious Society, he published volume 1 of the Krishna book, which contained all the pastimes of the Gopis in Vrindavan. So Prabhupada wrote the Krishna book in such a manner that even though we're not liberated souls, that we can appreciate and we can hear these pastimes for our purification.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj. We have next question.
Yes.
Mataji Oksana Mitrachenko, she writes, Hare Krishna, dear Narasimha Maharaj and dear devotees, please accept my obeisances. You said that flute doesn't possess consciousness, but Krishna loves her very much. And I heard a story that flowers in the head of Krishna had a talk between each other, and they experienced certain emotions. They jumped up and etc. When, particularly when Mother Yashoda tried to catch Krishna. Please, could you explain this moment about flute, that she doesn't possess consciousness?
Well, I was quoting from a purport by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, where it was mentioned like that he said that the flute is bamboo wood. Bamboo wood doesn't have consciousness. Of course, in the spiritual world, everything has consciousness. But in this world, I don't know. Does Krishna's flute also have consciousness? I just simply repeated what I'd read from his commentaries on this verse, and he was describing that the bamboo flute doesn't have consciousness, but Krishna fills it with nectar, and the gopis are eager to get that nectar. The other bamboo trees, they also feel happy to see that it's the rivers. The rivers give water to the bamboo trees, so the bamboo trees grow, and the rivers feel happy to see that their child has become the flute in the hands of Krishna.
Okay, we will translate it right now. Much material. Thank you, Maharaj. Next question from Mataji Yuna. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. For performing devotional service, we should be in the mood of goodness. Some devotees, they try to reach sattva guna using some materialistic methods. How effective such an efforts, on your opinion?
Yes, we want to reach the mode of goodness. It's very important for us to cultivate the mode of goodness, because from the mode of goodness then it's much easier for us to come to transcendence. Not that we want to just simply only be in the mode of goodness, we want to transcend. We want to come to the level of pure goodness. So how to come to the mode of goodness? We have to study the Bhagavad Gita and read the different qualities of the devotee. In chapter 16, the divine and demoniac nature are described. We want to cultivate the qualities of divine, the divine person, the divine devotees. There are 20 qualities mentioned. I think 20 or maybe qualities like being clean and being humble and pure. Brahminical qualities. The qualities of the Brahman are all symbols of the mode of goodness. And Prabhupada liked us to cultivate the Brahminical qualities. Peacefulness, self-control, equanimity, tolerance, purity, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. Like that, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, describes 9 qualities of the Brahman, which are all symbols of the mode of goodness. So we cultivate these qualities. Particularly truthfulness and cleanliness, very important.
Maharaj, could you please give shorter descriptions in order to translate you much more for you?
Yeah, sorry.
Maharaj, we have 2 more questions, and that's it.
Okay, 2 more questions, yes.
2 questions. From Mataji Ludmila. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and Guru Maharaj, please explain how to differentiate those miseries which come to me as a mercy of Krishna for my benefit, for my growth, and which sufferings are coming to myself due to my foolishness. How to differentiate these 2 types of miseries?
Both, we should see them both as Krishna's mercy, Krishna's arrangement for our purification. We don't make distinction. You don't need to make distinction. What was your foolishness and what was Krishna's? It's all Krishna's arrangement. And Krishna is arranging like this for our purification, that we will not be stupid.
Thank you, Maharaj. And last question from myself.
Yeah.
First, I will say in English and then in Russian, and after that you may, if you answer.
Okay.
Вопрос, question, in today's verse, we see a description of the Gopis' meditation to form of Krishna, beginning from the peacock's feather and ending with his feet. Maharaj, you said that Lord Chaitanya, his associates, and our tradition are also in the mood of Gopis, but devotees sometimes meditate on Krishna as the Paramatma, and don't as the dancer of Vrindavan, Natavara, which is described in today's verse. So the devotees, they ask Super Soul for knowledge or for memory. My question, how correct is it for us to approach Krishna as the Super Soul? For example, at Kurukshetra, the Gopis told Krishna that they would never be meditate on him as the Super Soul. So, how to reconcile this with each other? Thank you. Мой вопрос состоит в том, что в сегодняшнем стихе описывается медитация Гопи на облик Кришны, начиная с павлиньего пера и заканчивая его стопами. Махарадж, вы сказали, что Господь Чни, его спутники и наша традиция находятся в настроении Гопи, но преданные иногда медитируют на Кришну как на сверхдушу, а не как на танцора Вриндавана, на Тавара, который описан в этом стихе. То есть преданные просят сверхдушу дать память, знания. И вопрос в том, насколько это правильно для нас обращаться к Кришне именно как к Параматме. На Курукшетре когда-то Гопи сказали Кришне, что они никогда не будут медитировать на него как на Параматму, на сверхдушу. Но мы при этом иногда это делаем. Как это примирить между собой? So, Maharaj, please, your explanation.
Yes, Krishna as the Super Soul is certainly not so much attractive to the Gopis. Because of the Yoga Maya, the influence of Yoga Maya, the Gopis don't see Krishna as the Super Soul, but they see him as the son of Nanda Maharaj. They see him as the most enchanting of all the cowherd boys of Vrindavan. They're not thinking about him as the Super Soul. That if they see him as the Super Soul, then that creates a mood of Aishwarya, awe and reverence, veneration. And they give obeisances. But when they see Krishna as the cowherd boy, then it awakens their love and they feel so much attraction. And so this is Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya, Krishna covers up himself as God so that he can reveal himself as a cowherd boy. So that he can...
We need to translate, sorry, we need to translate the parts. Much more clear. You may continue, Maharaj, your speech. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically, I'm just saying that when the Gopis see Lord Narayan, they offer obeisances to him. But then they ask him, did you see where Krishna went? You know, when Krishna is hiding from the Gopis, Krishna takes the form of Lord Narayan, and the Gopis come, they offer obeisances to Lord Narayan, and they ask him, which way did Krishna go? And so, they want to love Krishna. They cannot love him as the Super Soul. They love him as the cowherd boy.
Continue, Maharaj.
So that's the special feature of Goloka Vrindavan. And the people in Vrindavan, they love Krishna. They don't think that he's God. They simply think of him through their particular rasa. In the case of the Gopis, they see him, Krishna, as the darling young boy, the all-attractive young man, very beautiful, very handsome, very powerful, very strong. And they're enchanted by his beauty, by his charm. So the rasa, the Madhurya ras, is very powerful there in Vrindavan. And they find it, of course, is greatest when it's parakiya ras, not married. So there's so much attraction there between the Gopis and Krishna. And so it's very different with the super soul. That's a whole different rasa.
We will translate right now. So Maharaj, is it appropriate for us to meditate on Krishna as super soul, not as Natavara? Является ли это для нас нормальной, правильной практикой медитировать на Кришну как на сверхдушу, прося памяти и знания, а не как на Натавару, танцора Вриндавана?
Well, that's not what Prabhupada recommended. It's not recommended. That's not our process. Lord Chaitanya didn't teach like that, and Prabhupada didn't teach us like that. But, some yogis, particularly Ashtanga Yoga, they would do that meditation. The Yadu dynasty, it said the Yadu dynasty, they also know Krishna as the super soul. They don't think of him like Bhagavan, like the mood of Goloka Vrindavan is very special. If you want to do Vaidhi Bhakti, then maybe you could think of him as the super soul. You can do it.
Okay, we will translate. Thank you, Maharaj, a lot. Our time is over. We would like to thank you for your precious time. It's a blessing for us to have this association with you. Hare Krishna, on behalf of all devotees, we would like to express our gratitude to you.
Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Hare Krishna.